right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
It's an effort to curb gun violence by bringing people together. The community event that's providing resources to St. Louis neighborhoods.
People see us all coming together and working. Then when we talk about communities needing to come together, then it rings a little better.
Right now, a dangerous storm is heading to the southwestern U.S. when Hurricane Hillary is expected to make landfall and the danger it could bring to the region. But first, tonight,
significant heat is on the way. After we warmed up a little bit today, we've got more heat on the way. An excessive heat warning in place starting Sunday. Just how hot it gets and how close we are to records.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Robert Townsend. Brent is off tonight. Right now, the bi-state is bracing for the return of extreme heat. Tomorrow, an excessive heat warning will be issued for the St. Louis area. Let's get right over to meteorologist Gary Frank with your Weather First forecast.
Yeah, good evening, Robert. Good to see you. And, you know, this evening, it's a little bit warmer. That's what we're starting to see at the moment. We're not going to drop into the 60s tonight like we have the last couple of days. Excessive heat warning starting Sunday, carrying all the way through Thursday. And, yeah, we know that it's real hot, but what's the difference here? And we talk about the heat exhaustion versus heat stroke. And, you know, this is what's really going to creep up on you over the next couple of days here if you're outside for any period of time consistently. Right now, it's not all that bad, but it hadn't dropped all that much. We were in the 80s. We got to 90 today. It's 82. It's more humid. That's what we'll see overnight. We have that south breeze that's bringing in more moisture. We're also going to see our strong high pressure off to the west. That's keeping us in the 70s, even mid-70s in many cases that dropped into the 50s and 60s the last couple of days. That doesn't give your body a brief break to at least allow yourself to avoid those heat exhaustion categories that I just showed you. But over the coming days, it's going to get even hotter. We're talking about close to record highs and several days in a row over 100 degrees. We'll track that for you and talk about how close to records before we break out of this heat.
We made it easy to find resources to stay cool and safe during this extreme heat. All you have to do is text the word heat to 314-425-5355 and we will send you a link. Tonight, the Pacific Coast is bracing for Hurricane Hillary. The now Category 2 storm is taking aim at Mexico's Baja California and Southern California. Hillary is expected to weaken before making landfall, but will still bring heavy rains and high winds to the region. Nearly 30 million people across parts of the Southwest are bracing for potentially devastating flooding. Just a few inches of rain in desert areas can be catastrophic because the dry soil can't easily absorb water, instead sending flood waters onto roadways and into neighborhoods. Now, officials say the storm could also cause life-threatening rip currents, deadly mudslides, and even tornadoes.
We want to ensure that you are safe through this entire event. If you do not need to be on the roadways, we are asking you to postpone any of your non-essential travel until the peak of the storm passes.
President Biden said FEMA has preemptively positioned personnel and supplies to aid in response. Hillary is expected to make landfall in Southern California tomorrow. Stay with 5 on Your Side for updates on Hurricane Hillary. You can find them on air on ksdk.com and, of course, on the 5 on Your Side app. Tonight, one person is dead, another seriously hurt after a crash on Interstate 44 near Fenton. Here's a live look at the scene on eastbound I-44 between Bowles and the Merrimack River. Now, the highway is currently shut down right now. The accident happened about 2 hours ago, and Missouri Highway Patrol is now investigating. Right now, police are looking for this man wanted for abducting a 2-month-old girl this morning in South St. Louis. Police say just before 7, James Stephen Richardson Jr. assaulted the girl's mother and threatened to hurt the baby. He then allegedly stole the mother's car and took off with the baby. Both the child and car were located a couple hours later. Tonight, Richardson remains at large. Tonight, the city of St. Louis is working to make its neighborhoods safer. Today, a community event was held in Dutchtown with the goal to promote gun safety. 5 on Your Side's Diamond Palmer joins us in the studio with more. Diamond.
Robert, that's right. The St. Louis Office of Violence Prevention was founded in July 2022. It's a division of the St. Louis Department of Public Safety with ongoing partnerships to continue gun violence prevention efforts. One of those efforts at today's community kickback were free gun locks. Despite Saturday's hot temperatures, the St. Louis Office of Violence Prevention kickback was packed with St. Louisans. It happens every third Saturday of the month with free food and plenty of activities for the little ones.
Every time you come out here, you look in the face of a young child, a mother, a grandmother, a father, and you see that they can come out and have fun. They see something that they may not be used to happening.
Wilford Pinkney, who serves as the commissioner of OVP, says its mission is to spread messages about secure firearm storage and violence intervention programs to make St. Louis neighborhoods safer. Keontae Wilborn and his family were one of dozens in Marquette Park in Dutchtown.
A lot of people have guns but don't know nothing about gun safety, so being able to show them, hey, these locks can help with gun safety, especially accidental trigger pulls and stuff.
Diamond Diva Empowerment Foundation is one of dozens of community partners with free resources for people in domestic violence relationships.
We want to make sure that the community know we're here and have the ability to access us, you know what I mean? There's a lot of resources out here, but it gets kind of troublesome trying to actually access the resources.
If people see us all coming together and working, then when we talk about communities needing to come together, then it rings a little better. Then it rings hollow if you can't come together and collaborate.
The next OVP kickback will be at Columbus Square Park on September 16th from 2 to 6 p.m. And the agency says it hosts events in different St. Louis neighborhoods to make safety a top.
Today, a North County school district is making sure students feel safe as they head back to the classroom. This morning, the Ferguson-Florissant School District held a back-to-school festival. Now, it started with a march, which included district leaders, staff, students, and their families. Superintendent Joe Davis says they want the community to know that safety is their top priority. He adds students have pushed for more focus on mental health awareness.
We want their voices at the table. We do things too often to them and not with them, and so they're with us. And they're saying, I actually had our quote one of our students, and she said, listen, it's okay to get therapy. I get it, you know, and so I think it's so important that we send that clear message to all of our students.
The district is partnering with Hazel Health, which offers teletherapy for everyone in the Ferguson-Florissant School District. New tonight, a special dedication at CBC High School honoring a former football player and his team. During a football team fundraiser tonight, Damian Baker's mother surprised them with his gold jersey. His mother says Damian had his best friend design the jersey during his junior year. Now, the team wore the jerseys the next season and went on to win the first state championship in school history back in 2014. Damian's mother tells 5 on Your Side this was her way to give back to the high school.
CBC was instrumental in the fundamental parts of Damien growing into his manhood. And this football program took him to heights that we probably would have not ever seen had it not been for Coach P and Coach D and the entire football program.
Damian Baker was killed last year in downtown St. Louis. Right now, police continue to search for his killer. Anyone with information can call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS.